At an early age, children are often seen outside the home and playing with their friends. But a child in Belgium was given a unique talent and was different from them. Instead of a toy, he holds a book that he loves. Let's find out who the little Einstein of Belgium is. What pushed him so he planned something difficult to achieve, and it was the existence of eternal life? Before we get back to our story, and if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and hit that notification button to be updated with life-amazing stories. In the town of Ostend, Belgium gave birth to young Laurent Simons with his dentist parents Lydia and Alexander Simons at the residence here. At an early age, the couple could not imagine the toy their child was holding was a book he always had. At the age of 2 years, young Laurent became interested in various books. At first, his parents saw him sprinkling colorful books that were read for her mother every night. Because of this, Lydia tried to teach her child to read. From the short term, his mother taught him so much that he could pronounce a whole sentence in just 1 week. When Laurent reaches 3-year-old, he can read his books alone before he goes to bed, something his parents are amazed at. And because the couple was amazed at their child's ability, they even tried to keep it in his studies. Next, they taught him counting fast that Laurent was fast enough to catch up. And at 4 years old, they have already entered Laurent into the nearest daycare center to have better guidance for their child. But after a month, the teacher talked to the couple and suggested that Laurent enroll in an elementary school because he had a lot of advances in his knowledge compared to his daycare center classmates. Her parents were very surprised at what happened because they had no sense of humor about his talent and their child's ability. Good news came to the couple when Laurent was accepted to elementary school. Although his age was not yet appropriate, the principal witnessed Laurent's potential, so he allowed him to enroll at his school. At the age of 6, he is beyond his older classmates when it comes to knowledge, so Laurent ended up in elementary earlier. He will also begin to enter the world of high school, and here will be quicker to pass on knowledge to Laurent. The other 6 years old is still holding a toy while he has been holding many books. But it didn't matter to him, because his true interest was in the study. At just 8 years old, Laurent graduated high school. As a result, he became known in their place as a prodigy, a child with outstanding knowledge exhibited at a young age. And it was here that his parents realized he was a special child because of his upbringing knowledge. Especially when they found out that his IQ reached 145, it was high compared to other people, and it was similar to known geniuses in the field of science like Albert Einstein. Meanwhile, between 7 and 8 years old, Laurent has discovered his passion for playing basketball. As a normal child, he still finds time to play somehow. Because his father was often absent, his grandfather was with him playing basketball. Because of basketball, he became closer to his grandfather. They also set up a single court in their yard so they would not stay away from another court near their home. Despite the age of 8, Laurent began to enter a university. He took the electrical engineering course that he would study for 10 months. When Laurent started attending university, he still played with his grandfather, and his fathers built half court in their yard. Laurent also often recounts what he learned from his grandfather, who, in return, quietly listened to his grandson, because he could not understand what his grandson told him. When Laurent's 9th birthday came, his grandfather gave him a brand new basketball ball, and he was so excited about the gift that he kept it. But a month before Laurent's 10-month course ended, there was a problem between the school and his parents. Laurent's parents want to finish his course before his 10th birthday to see him as one of the youngest to graduate from college. But the school objected to this because of the number of exams Laurent still had to take. They were worried about the child's state, so that it might surprise the amount of knowledge that would come to his mind that could affect his aging. The school has just proposed ending Laurent by mid-2020 when he is 10 years old. Laurent's parents did not consent to the university and immediately moved him. The University of Antwerp in Belgium served as its new second home. It was a little difficult for Laurent at first when he was with older people than him in college. Together with the news that the stroke hit his grandfather, which caused Laurent to be with the old man every afternoon to play basketball. Every month the family visits the grandfather to update his situation. Here, Laurent still talks to his grandfather about his new experience from what he learned in electrical engineering and to the news that he needs to move to a new university. He also claims he didn't play basketball because his grandfather didn't play. His grandfather just listened quietly to his stories. After he spoke, his grandfather spoke. He said that he seemed to get used to playing alone since it is impossible that he could play again because of his condition. Because of Lawrence's innocent thinking, he told his grandfather not to lose hope, because he would make a way for him to extend his grandfather's life. He promised him that he would make an invention that would help him play his grandfather again. At university, Lawrence took quantum physics and studied the concept of science and how it would help his plan. His course was just completed in 18 months. Because of his uncertain brain, he quickly got the concept of his course. And at 11 years old, Lawrence graduated from the university. As such, he was recognized as the youngest student to graduate from university in the field of quantum physics. Because of Lawrence's brains, the media recognized him as a little Einstein. Now Lawrence knows the concept of quantum physics, so he can easily fulfill his promise to his grandfather. He intends to make an invention that will help not only his grandfather but for the most part. His dream is to build a machine that can prevent a person's death by replacing artificial organs with it. As such, it's possible to achieve the so-called immortality if Lawrence can overcome his plan. While preparing for the doctorate in the United Kingdom, Lawrence demonstrated his brains after he lectured at a university where he graduated. Here, the concept of quantum physics was discussed in front of college students at the University of Antwerp. For Lawrence, the study was not measured by its speed, but by the knowledge the student gained while they were studying. Lawrence's doctorate in biotechnology is one of the keys by fulfilling his plan to help his grandfather and others. At an early age, young Lawrence showed skill in being smart. And now he has finished the colossal and is preparing for the new chapter of his life. Here we can see if he will succeed in his plans and goals. Ultimately, the right guide to our children's learning is what we need in order for them to achieve their dreams. But let's also let them have fun as a kid, because they can simply play and get an inspiration that pulls them to reach their future dream. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to be updated with life's amazing stories.